On Florida's windswept coast, the Space Launch System stands tall and silent at Launch Pad 39B, its massive form silhouetted against the Atlantic sky. This is the same historic ground where Apollo and shuttle missions once began their journeys, and now, a new era of exploration is poised to unfold. But while the rocket itself commands attention, the real action is at its base, where a small, highly trained team of technicians moves with deliberate, almost balletic precision. Every step is choreographed, every gesture practiced, as if they're performing a silent dance beneath the looming giant. These are the SCAPE team, encased in white, fully sealed suits that protect them from invisible dangers. Today, they're preparing to load hydrazine, a substance so hazardous that even a drop can be deadly. Hydrazine is used in the rocket's solid boosters, and handling it requires nerves of steel and unwavering focus. Unlike the fuel that powers liftoff, hydrazine is reserved for steering, guiding the rocket's path through the chaos of launch. It feeds the steering engines, allowing the SLS to stay on course as it thunders skyward, battling gravity and the forces of ascent. Because of the risks, the launch pad is cleared of all but essential personnel. Medical teams and emergency vehicles stand ready at the perimeter. Sensors monitor the air for the faintest trace of danger, and every move is checked, then checked again. The process is painstakingly slow and nerve-wracking. Technicians triple-check gauges and valves, their faces tense with concentration. Each step is vital, because even the smallest mistake could have catastrophic consequences. Meanwhile, engineers monitor the operation from miles away, watching every readout and camera feed. They confirm each action, ready to halt the process at the first sign of trouble, their trust placed in the team on the pad. The successful loading of this volatile fuel is more than a technical achievement. It's a profound act of trust. Trust in the equipment, in the rigorous procedures, and above all, in the courage and skill of the technicians who risk their safety for the mission. This ghostly dance, performed in silence and shadow, is a crucial step in the journey to the stars. It's a reminder that every great leap forward is built on countless careful, unseen steps, bringing us closer to sending humans beyond Earth's orbit once again. Even in 2026, spaceflight remains a realm of calculated risks and extraordinary human effort. The legacy of those who came before is carried forward by today's teams, blending tradition with innovation. The courage and dedication on display here are as vital as any technology, fueling our dreams of discovery and reminding us that behind every launch, there are people willing to dance with danger for the sake of exploration. Hydrazine N2H4 is a clear, oily liquid with a sharp, almost ammonia-like smell that can sting your nose even from a distance. It's not something you'd ever want to handle without serious protection, and even then, only with extreme caution. Just a whiff can be dangerous, so you never want to get close enough to notice. Hydrazine is highly toxic and can be absorbed through the skin or inhaled, making it one of the more hazardous chemicals in the rocket world. But its danger is also its power. Hydrazine is a hypergolic propellant, which means it ignites instantly when it comes into contact with its oxidizer. No spark, no ignition system, just instant, reliable fire. This property makes it invaluable for critical systems where failure is not an option. The SLS's main engines and solid boosters provide the raw thrust to break free of Earth's gravity. But getting to space isn't just about brute force. Steering, precisely controlling the rocket's direction, is just as critical for a successful mission. That's where hydrazine comes in again. It powers the thrust vector control, or TVC system. This system pivots the massive booster nozzles, allowing the rocket to change direction mid-flight. Much like a ship's rudder guides it through the water, but at thousands of kilometers per hour. Why use hydrazine for such a vital job? Two reasons: reliability and storability. Hydrazine doesn't break down easily, and it doesn't need to be kept at cryogenic temperatures. It's ready to go, even after months of waiting on the launch pad. That means the TVC system can sit dormant for long periods, then spring to life in an instant, crucial for a launch vehicle that might face delays or long countdowns. When the moment comes, there's no time for hesitation. This hydrazine-powered TVC system is a direct legacy of the Space Shuttle program. For decades, it's been tested, refined, and proven in the harshest conditions spaceflight can offer. The same principles and even some of the same hardware have carried over to Artemis. While greener, less toxic propellants are being developed for the future, for Artemis 2, NASA is sticking with what's proven and reliable. When you're sending humans to the moon, you don't gamble on untested tech. The hydrazine-powered TVC is a classic, time-tested solution, one that's earned its gold medal through decades of flawless performance. When astronauts' lives are at stake, reliability always trumps novelty. Every system must work, every single time, with no room for error. Sometimes the best technology isn't the newest or the flashiest. It's the one you know will work again and again, no matter what. That's why hydrazine remains the unseen rudder, quietly guiding the world's most powerful rocket on its journey to the stars. It's old-school engineering at its finest, still doing its job perfectly, mission after mission, and proving that sometimes the classics never go out of style. Hydrazine's power in space comes at a steep cost on Earth. It's intensely toxic and corrosive. This clear, colorless liquid is deceptively simple in appearance, but its dangers are anything but subtle. Used as a propellant for decades, hydrazine is prized for its ability to ignite instantly and deliver reliable thrust. But handling it is a high-stakes operation. Inhaling, ingesting, or even touching it can cause severe, even fatal harm. Just a few drops on the skin can trigger burns, and its vapors are hazardous to breathe. The threat is so serious that even the smallest spill can trigger emergency protocols. It's a probable carcinogen, and even tiny leaks or brief exposures are dangerous. Long-term exposure can lead to organ damage, and the risk of cancer is well documented. That's why only highly trained specialists are allowed anywhere near it. Hydrazine is also flammable and can explode if mishandled. Its volatility means that a single spark, or even static electricity, could set off a disaster. The margin for error is razor thin. That's why NASA's protocols are so strict. There's no room for error. Every step, from transport to fueling, is governed by layers of safety checks and redundant systems. Teams rehearse emergency responses, and every movement is choreographed for maximum caution. The risks are real. A single mistake could be catastrophic for ground crews. The pressure is immense, and the responsibility weighs heavily on everyone involved. Hydrazine demands respect, and the consequences of carelessness are dire. Yet, the reliability it offers in spaceflight is unmatched. Hydrazine's unique chemistry makes it ideal for critical maneuvers, from orbital adjustments to landing sequences, where failure is not an option. NASA continues to research safer, greener propellants, but for Artemis II, proven systems take priority. The search for alternatives is ongoing, but nothing else matches hydrazine's track record, at least not yet. The dangers of hydrazine are well understood and managed with decades of refined procedures. Every mission builds on lessons learned, making the process safer, but never risk-free. It's a devil's bargain, harnessing a substance hostile to life to reach for the stars. The very qualities that make hydrazine so perilous on Earth are what make it so valuable in the vacuum of space. For now, it remains the right, if dangerous, choice for this historic mission. As Artemis II prepares to launch, hydrazine stands as both a symbol of human ingenuity and a reminder of the risks we accept to explore the unknown. Handling hydrazine requires more than a lab coat. It demands total isolation. Enter the SCAPE suit, a fully encapsulated, gas-tight barrier of advanced polymers, with integrated boots, gloves, and a clear faceplate. Air comes from a clean source, never the toxic environment outside. Working in a SCAPE suit is exhausting, hot, humid, and physically demanding. Every move is slow and deliberate. Communication is via radio, and technicians train relentlessly to make no mistakes. Safety is layered. A buddy system, support teams, and decontamination stations stand ready. The operation is choreographed for redundancy and precision. These technicians are the unsung heroes, making hazardous fueling routine and safe. Their courage and discipline turn a dangerous task into a controlled procedure. Without them, no rocket would ever leave the ground. The SCAPE Crusaders are vital to every launch. While ground crews handle hydrazine, the Artemis II astronauts prepare for their own journey. Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen form a diverse, experienced crew. They're deep in final training, simulations, and quarantine, rehearsing every phase of their 10-day mission. Their job: push the Orion spacecraft to its limits, test life support systems, and manually pilot the craft. This is no ride-along. It's a rigorous engineering shakedown. The crew's feedback will shape future missions to the moon and beyond. They're not just passengers, they're test pilots and pioneers. Their work paves the way for all who will follow. Artemis 2's crew embodies the spirit of exploration. Hydrazine fueling is just one part of a massive pre-launch effort. Since the SLS and Orion rolled to Pad 39B, teams have worked non-stop to connect and prepare the rocket. The wet dress rehearsal, a full countdown simulation with real propellant loading, is a crucial milestone. Every system is tested, every procedure rehearsed, and every detail scrutinized. Astronauts' personal effects and scientific payloads, like the Avatar organ-on-a-chip experiment, are loaded. Only after all tests and reviews are complete will a final launch date be set. This painstaking process ensures the crew's safety and mission success. When the countdown reaches 0, every risk will have been weighed and managed. Pad 39B is hallowed ground. Apollo and shuttle missions launched from here, and now Artemis 2 stands ready. Hydrazine-powered systems and scape suits link today's missions to those of the past. The Artemis program honors this legacy, blending proven technology with new ambitions. The Orion spacecraft and SLS boosters are evolved from Apollo and shuttle designs. Artemis is not just repeating history, it's building a sustainable, inclusive future in space. International partners and a diverse crew reflect a new era of exploration. The work at Pad 39B is about carrying the torch of discovery forward. Artemis 2 is a shakedown cruise, looping around the moon on a free return trajectory. It's more than a test, it's humanity's return to deep space after 50 years. The crew will witness Earthrise and share the experience with the world. Artemis 2 proves the system works, paving the way for Artemis 3's lunar landing. The moon's south pole, with its water ice, is the next target for exploration and sustainability. Future missions will build a lunar base and the gateway station, using the moon as a stepping stone to Mars. The challenges ahead are immense, but Artemis 2 is the first step. By learning to live and work on the moon, we prepare for the journey to Mars. This mission is the beginning of a new era in human spaceflight. As hydrazine loading ends, the SLS stands ready, one step closer to launch. Every completed task is a testament to thousands of dedicated people worldwide. The coming months will be filled with final checks, rehearsals, and anticipation. On launch day, the world will watch as the rocket rises on a pillar of fire. It's more than a launch, it's a declaration of our drive to explore. Artemis 2 is the next chapter in humanity's story of curiosity and courage. As the rocket climbs, it carries all of us toward new horizons.